everybody, this is Marie, and welcome to Marie's Chatty Tarot. Today we're going to be talking about CBDC, which is a short name for Central Bank Digital Currency. So before we get started, guys, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. Thank you for the likes that I've seen. I thank you for the traffic on my YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, Telegram channel. You guys are awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you. Now, for those who are interested, I am going to be using today the Robin Wood Tarot deck. So, okay, CBDC. I've been hearing about it for a few days now. As soon as the bank, the Silicon Valley Bank, came under, there were whisper of this CBDC banking system that they wanted to introduce. So the way that the Investopedia.com explains it, CBDC stands for Central Bank Digital Currency, and their definition is basically a digital bank. A central bank digital currency is the digital form of a country's fiat currency. So basically, the U.S. dollar, but in digital form. Now, they want to transition everybody into that direction. But however, I don't think it's a great idea. Why? Because, well, we know that the Federal Reserve Bank, is not federal, and there's no reserve, and it's not controlled by a country. It is controlled by a particular group of people, a family. So if you do some research, you will know exactly who I'm talking about. For censorship purposes, I cannot divulge who it is, but I think at this point, if you're curious, you will find out. And now that the banks are failing, they're trying to transition their control into the digital currency. In my mind, I think we've always been in the digital currency, meaning that with the debit card, with the credit card, with the debit and credit, we have been in control, because a lot of people don't use cash anymore. We've been using the card. So with that being said, but I feel like if we do transition in this fiat digital currency system, now you will be a true slave to the system, quote unquote, because then they'll have total control of your assets if they're not happy with you. I mean, we've seen what happened in Canada to those truckers, where they shut down these people's bank accounts. We see right now with Silicon Valley Bank, where not all depositors may or may not have access to their money. So we're seeing this. So let's see what the cards wants to say about this, because I don't feel any confidence with this, because if you could not take care of real money, real for that particular group, what makes you think that you can handle digital currency? So let's see what the cards wants to say. So let's ask, why now? Why is the powers that be are introducing this system? Is it something that was planned like a long time ago that they wanted to do? They were waiting for the right moment for the banking system to break down, to usher people into the digital currency realm. So let's see, why now? Yeah, why now? Why is this central bank digital currency is being introduced right now? Is it something that was planned? Were they waiting for the system to shut down to introduce this? So why now? So the first card is the Magician. Second card is the Queen of Swords. Five of Cups in the past. Two of Cups, present. Ace of Swords, potential outcome. Four of Coins, clarification. And Nine of Cups for further clarification. Okay, so this is so interesting. The first card is the Magician. So the Magician is usually a card of manifestation, of communication, and it could be a card of trickery. But in this particular situation, definitely a card of trickery, saying that the power that be wants to trick us into this new system. Why? Because people are disappointed. People have been disappointed about what's been going on. People are disappointed about losing confidence and not being happy with what is going on right now. People can see it's there for all to see. The banking system is basically collapsing one bank at a time, and it's as if you're in a boat and then there's those different holes poking around. No matter how much you try to fill one hole, there's another hole that's causing that boat to sink. And this is basically the feeling that I'm getting when for this particular card, that people are disappointed, people are feeling the burn, so to speak, the lack of confidence, and the disappointment, overwhelming disappointment. This card, Two of Cups. Usually the Two of Cups is a card of agreement. It's a card of it's a card of agreement, partnership, commitment. But in this particular situation, it more feels like the banking system is collapsing. We can all see that. So they want to trick us into getting into another system. They want to trick us to agree, right? They want to trick us to agree to get into this new system that they're introducing, which is the central bank digital currency system. So they wanna trick us to agree to get into it, and that's the Queen of Swords is telling you this is going to be up to you, the individual, to assess, to discern whether this is right for you or not. And also that Queen of Swords is also, I always felt that she was the little sister of the Justice card in the Trump card, my major arcana. And the Queen of Swords usually is a card of legality, is a card of truthfulness, of fairness, of information coming out there, maybe in a very blunt type of way, because the Queen of Swords can be somebody very I don't want to say bitchy, but she can be very cut and dry. And every time you see a sword card is very firm, is very harsh, because swords really cuts down to the heart of the matter. And because it's a queen that shows up, queens have to do with the subconscious, queens have to do with what you internalize. I think a lot of people are growing wiser to what's been coming on, and a lot of people are using their discernment, and I think that's what that Queen of Swords kind of represent. And like, yeah, you're not gonna fool these eyes, kind of thing. We kind of see what you're trying to do here. And the outcome is the sword, the Ace of Swords. So all aces mean new beginning. It could mean like a rush of information. It could be more of the above. All that can be true. It also could mean disclosure. It could mean more information is coming out. But in this particular sense, because we asked the question, why now? So basically they it's as if this feels, if the digital currency, central bank digital currency thing was something that was planned. This feels rushed. This feels like they were not expecting the system to collapse this soon, this fast, and they're rushing to introduce the central bank digital currency thing in order to gain control. This is what it feels like, because this card, the four of Pentacle, is a card that conserves. It's what that tries to keep. So that's telling me that, the outcome is that they're trying to trick us to agree to get into the system. They want to they want to convey that, oh, this is going to be a better system. This is going to be more stable, more better than the dollar. The digital one is going to be better for us all, yada yada yada. But basically, it means that they want to exert or maintain whatever power that they have left. So this is all for them to try to stay in power longer, and that is their wish, because the Nine of Cups is about a wish, desire. That's their desire, that power that be. So okay, we know why now. So okay, they want to trick us to get into the system, because they want to maintain their power, because they feel like things are collapsing left and right. Got you. Because they know the writing on the wall, right? Okay, so the next question is, will people get to choose? Maybe, yeah, because we know in China, they introduced that form of digital whatever, and every time the government is not happy with you through their social credit system, they can hurt you. They can financially. So it seems like this is another form of control that the government is really trying to ascertain over the population, and it is a form of control to keep everybody in line, right? So I guess the question is, will we get the chance to choose to go that route? Because there's different type of currency that people can use nowadays. There are the dollar, that's what we know to be in the process of just being destroyed. We know the digital, the cryptocurrency. We know of gold and silver. Shoot, I mean, trade is another form of currency where you can trade one service for another. We can go to that. Shoot, we can use leaves from a tree, as long as everybody agree that that's what we're going to use. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that there's other ways that we can make exchanges. We don't have to necessarily use this system, and there are options out there, I feel. So let's ask, will the people get to choose? Because it looks like they're trying to trick us, right? To choose to enter the central bank digital currency, or would there be another option available to us? I think that's probably a better question. Will people get, to choose this way of doing things? The central bank digital currency, or will people get to choose? King of Pentacle, first card, answer the question. That is the Ace of Wands situation. Seven of Pentacle in the past. Interesting. Nine of Swords present. Three of Wands potential outcome. Justice card is coming back. It's the big sister of the Queen of Swords. Two of Pentacle. Clarification. Okay, so we asked the question, will people get the chance to choose? And I love this. The first card that shows up is the King of Pentacle. The King of Pentacle is a movement card, or Knights. Sorry, Knight of Pentacle. All Knights are movement cards. And the Knights are usually in a horse, either riding or moving. It's a movement card. So people are, and you see the Pentacle, the Knight holding the Pentacle, people are really paying attention to money right now, to their finances. It makes sense in light of everything that's going on, inflation, layoff, higher interest rate. People are really paying attention to their coins. People pay attention to their assets. And because people are moving very slowly. Because the Pentacle is about assets, it's about what's tangible, what's real, but it's also, especially with the Knight, it's a slow moving card. They're not in a rush. They're not, it's not, that person is not impulsive. It's not compulsive. It's not, they're taking their time. They are not in a rush to go with whatever trend is going on right now. They're moving very slowly because they want to see what's going to happen. But they're very sure of themselves. Even though they're not moving as fast, they're very sure of themselves because they have the assets, and they want to preserve what they have. They are not in a rush to make any mistake. They're not in a rush to go to any one particular system, So it's as if to say the consciousness of the people right now are very observant. They're really paying attention to what's going on, to the banks, their finances. So they're not in a rush to move any more than they are right now. So people are really moving slowly. They're really taking their time and they're really paying attention. Why? Because they're worried. Because this is a current situation. A lot of people are worried. Other swords are thoughts, words, information. So there's a lot of information that's coming out right now that's worrying people, and rightfully so, because we're hearing all these banks that are collapsing. Media saying that no, there's bailout, everything is fine. But if everything is fine, why are you introducing this central bank digital currency? Why that? So clearly it's because everybody's on shaky ground, and I think we all know it deep down inside. So this is the current situation. Everybody's worried, and rightfully so, right? So this card is moving slowly because he's worried. So I think that's represent us, right? And the situation is the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is a card of inspiration. It's a card of motivation. It's a card of new beginning, being inspired by something new. So people are slowly moving, really paying attention to what's going on in the market right now, finances-wise, money-wise, digital currency-wise, fiat dollar-wise, whatever you want to call it. And people right now are inspired for something new. In the past, I'm just going to glaze through this one. Seven of Pentacles is basically a person who's working hard, and so, which makes sense. In the past, that's what the bank was. You do the labor, and then you put your money in the bank, either to in a CD or money market or checking account, to save your money there so you can use it for a later time. So basically is waiting patiently for your investment to grow fruit, or to bear fruit, or why can't I find a word? for your investment to bear fruit, right? And that's what the bank was supposed to be. But now that, you know, things are shifting around in a bad way, a lot of people worry about it. So the outcome is, the question asks, people get to choose. Yes, because people are seeking out another alternative. 3, you see this gentleman, he's already outside. He's already in the wilderness, and he's ready to embark on a new journey. 3 is adventure. If you're into numerology, it's about the, you know, getting away from the duality and casting out further uh, into your journey. So 3 means that people are inspired, people are motivated to see what is out there, besides what the central bank digital currency have to offer. Because I think we don't all know now that, you know, if you cannot succeed with the the monopoly money that they have available, how can people be confident with that digital money that they're trying to come out with? So people are seeking, are motivated and inspired to seek out another alternative. So people are ready to leave that system behind, even if it's not up in established yet, started yet. People are waiting to because they want something fair. Because this is the justice card. They want something fair. They want something that is uh, not equitable. They want something that's fair is the word that comes to mind. It's the word that, you know, that's coming clearly, because that card is about balance. It's about communication. It's about the trump card for the justice. Yes, it's a card of legality. So it's something that is legally um, fair, something that is spiritually fair, something that is it's as if it's, and the fact that it's the trump card that's showing up, the justice trump card, that tells me that, you know, this is something that people want in a very big way. That's just, people yearn for it, the collective. And that's pretty interesting. So that looks like they're gonna turn away from this. And then the other clarification is the 2 of Pentacle. Again, Pentacle deals with assets. It deals with what is real. So people want the 2 of Pentacle is a card of juggling. It's a card of balancing what you have. So again, it's overemphasizing the same thing. So they want a system that is different than the central bank digital currency, because they want that system to be fair, and they want something that is flexible as well. Allow flexibility to, I guess, whoever wields it, right? So that's interesting. Spread and reading. Okay, now that we know, a lot of people are going to be turning away from this system. Well, my next question was what is this going to get off the ground? Is this going to be the central bank digital currency system going to be successful? Because we know right now there is duality. I will not be surprised if, you know, the blue states will force people to get into it, and another group will oppose it. So let's see, will this central bank digital currency get off the ground or be successful? I have a feeling not, based on what the card, but let's ask specifically, because at this point we're dealing with money here. We cannot leave anything to chance. Even though I'm reading cards. Oh my God, the irony. Will this get off the ground? Will the central bank digital currency be successful? Justice card again. And I did shuffle the cards, people. First, Justice card to answer the question. Ace of Wands, Nine of Swords. So the same. Judgment, present. Judgment cards represent the Page of Pentacles. Four of Swords. And King of Cups. Will this get off the ground? So the first card is the Justice card to answer the question. People want something fair. People want something. So the fact that the Trump cards collectively, either the people and the universe, they want something that is fairer, that allows, free will, that will allow communication, that's allow, because central means, control, right? So the Justice card to answer the question. And then the Ace of Wands, new beginning. So yes, people want something new, people something that is inspired, something that is not with the central currency. In the past, okay, people are worried. Well, still, Judgment. A lot of people are going to have a wake-up call, because the Judgment card for me is a wake-up call, basically being shake from your stupor. It's kind of like having a ha-ha moment. Basically, if you are not paying attention to what's been happening around you, and the fact that it's the Judgment card is a major arcana, a lot of people who have not been paying attention will be paying attention this time around, because it deals with money. Anything that deals with money affects everybody, whichever where you fall in the particular political spectrum of life. So a lot of people are going to be waking up. And Page of Pentacles, a lot of people are going to be paying attention, because I asked the question, will it get off the ground? So the question is, the answer will be yes, to a very small degree. So because it's the Page of Pentacles that shows up. The Page of Pentacles there's layers to this, so I'm going to give you the layers. The first part to answer the question is, a lot of people are going to be paying attention to their finances, to the money situation, to the money system, and they're going to be really doing their research about this. So that's one answer, and I'm okay with it, because it's coming true. The second is, yes, there is a small group of people who are going to sign up for the central bank digital currency system. But the fact that, because it's the Page that shows up, it's that the Knight did not show up, the Queen did not show up, the King did not show up. The fact that it's the Page, that there's a small, the people that took, the people who bought into the Kool-Aid about the pandemic, about the shots, about, there was no, that, Biden won with 81 million votes, and Fauci is the king, are gonna sign up for that. But there's gonna be a big group who's really gonna take their time, because the Four of Swords is a card of meditation, of being in retreat, really taking their time to really analyze things, because swords is thoughts, words, information. Truth is basically taking your time to really think things over. And the King of Cups, so King of Cups usually can be a card of manipulation. It could be a card of deep states for me. But in this situation, it feels like, a whole lot of people are going to be awakened. again, to support the Judgment card. And because it's the king that show up, it's in a very big way. The people are going to wake up to such a high degree that not a lot of people are going to buy into this CBDC, central bank digital currency system. Ooh, okay. Wow. So the last card is advice. What advice does the universe have to offer in light of all of that's coming about? What advice does the universe have to offer? What advice? What advice? Universe. Okay. So Three of Three of Wands is showing up again to answer the question. Three of Swords, to situation. Five of Cups again. Two of Cups in the present. Magician. Four of Pentacle, and then Nine of Cups. This is such an interesting, it's basically the same card except for this one that we're seeing. So the universe really wants us to pay attention to this one, which is pretty awesome. So to answer the question like pretty quickly, the universe wants us to seek out other ways of currency. So the universe wants to seek out other sorry about that. The kids are up, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up pretty quickly. So yeah, three is for new beginning. So the card is as advice. The card is urging us to seek other alternative, because right now with that three of swords, this card is never a good card. It's a card of loss. It's a card of grief, and it's a card of doubts. It's a card of information that's coming out, really driving to the heart of the matters. So a lot of people are being more aware of what is happening in the financial system, especially with the digital currency thing. Why? Because in the past, a lot of people have been disappointed. I mean, we've seen what happened in 2008, and a lot of people, experts, are saying that it's the same thing that's repeating, but on a larger scale. So disappointment, sadness, loss, people been there. So again, like I mentioned before, with that Two of Cups, this is a card of commitment, partnership. So they want us to agree to this system. The Magician in this particular situation means, for me, trickster. Is they're trying to convey, or the media is trying to convey, oh, this is going to be a great system to have, but however, it's a way to trick us. They want us to give their money away, to put our money away into that system, because they want to maintain power over us, control. You see this gentleman, very greedy, trying to hold on to power, to assets, to money. So, and because that's their wish, not because they want to help us, not because they care about us, but because that's their wish. They want to maintain power, and that's the advice that they want us to seek, to seek out other alternative. And the Fool, I'm putting two more cards, the Fool and the Queen of Pentacles. So basically, the Fool is a new beginning. So there is, either we have to figure out a new system that's completely different from this matrix, from this central bank digital system, and to seek out something that's more generous, something that's provide abundance, something that's more practical. Again, it's as if cards is trying to tell us again, stick with gold and silver. Oh, wow. That's been an interesting read, guys. Thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video. I appreciate you. Again, thank you for your time. I guess I'll see you in the other one.